Abia will repay the president. A president that has given you Saudi Development Commission will be repaid. A president that is appointing Abians into administration will be repaid. A president that is allowing attraction of dividends of democracy to Abia State will be repaid.
The only advice I have for them is that if they truly want to write results, they should write something else before that time.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today we are diving deep into the political current of Abia State, where two prominent figures have exchanged some truly explosive words. We are talking about a bold vow from Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu and a fiery response from the current governor of Abia State, Alex Otti. Kalu has confidently declared that the Labour Party's reign in Abia State is coming to an end, asserting that the next governor will be from APC, leveraging federal might. But Governor Otti, well, he has responded with a warning that is both chilling and resolute, telling anyone planning to rig the next election to write their will first. This isn't just political banter, it is a clash of ideologies and a showdown over the future of Abia. Stay tuned because this is a story you don't want to miss. Sit back and take a watch.
It will be the last time that a Labour governor will govern Abia State. I say it without missing word. The next governor of Abia State will be APC governor. Yeah, I say it without missing word. So we are friends, yes. We work together, yes. But I will not be number 6 citizen of the country and another party will govern my state. The next election of 2027, the APC governor will be there. I have told him in person, I have told him publicly and privately that APC governor will be the next governor of Abia State. How it will happen, I don't know, but it will happen.
So why are you confident?
I'm confident because we are working hard. I'm confident because my government is working hard. The president is working hard. And Abia will repay the president. Abia will repay the president. A president that has given you Saudi Development Commission will be repaid. A president that is appointing Abians into administration will be repaid. A president that is allowing attraction of dividends of democracy to Abia State will be repaid. We are not ungrateful people. Monkey will not work and baboon will chop. APC will not help the state to be strong and then Labour will take the credit. And no. APC will determine who becomes the next governor of Abia State. I don't care about who the person is. But one thing I know is that the party platform, APC, will be the next governor of Abia State. Go and write it somewhere. That we are ready to work for Abia State. And we are tired of being outside government, the government at the center. We need to leverage the power of the center to, increase the development of Abia State. The governor is my friend.
Thank
you. And I represent Flow 94.9 FM in Umuahia. Your Excellency, recently, during the commissioning of the project in Aba, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Ben Kalu, criticized your administration for not sufficiently acknowledging the increased allocation coming from FARC, which has enabled you to undertake some projects. Few days after that, he also criticized your performance so far, and then he threatened that APC would take over Abia in 2027. It is of good knowledge that both of you have a cordial relationship. So, sir, do you feel disappointed with his outburst? I think I'm already threatened. Do you feel threatened, sir, by these persistent and repeated threats by Deputy Speaker and his party to dislodge you in 2027? Thank you, sir.
Samson, thank you for your question about Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu. And you are very correct that we have a good relationship. He's not just the Deputy Speaker, he's actually my younger brother. And our relationship didn't start with politics, but in my previous life. So you will find that this is the second time that he has come out publicly to berate the administration and myself, but I think I want to forgive him. So do I feel threatened? Absolutely no. But then, you know, people are different. I guess what happened was that he was a bit terrified with the kind of, because he was there in Aba, like you rightly mentioned. I think he was terrified with the kind of organic show of love that Aba people showed. And it was just not in Aba, but also in Umuahia. I think it has a few challenges. One of them is what is described as hubris. And closely related to that challenge is also what I will, for want of a better word, describe as information deficiency syndrome. You know, where you are supposed to be in a place where you have information, but you don't have the real information. And I say this because sometimes when I see him describe himself as number 6, I say, okay, maybe there's a change, and I may not know. But according to the Protocol Act or Bill of 2000, the number 6 man should be the Deputy Senate President. But if you take out the Chief Justice of the Federation, then the Deputy Speaker can be number 6. But except if he has changed, I may not know. But that's a little part of the issue. If, as a Deputy Speaker, you want to speak about, and I want to also thank all the people that have responded, because if you notice, the first time he did a video, either earlier in the year or late last year, I was taken up here, and I said I had no response. The only response I gave was that I don't have the anointing to speak about what will happen in 2027 by 2025. And I still maintain that I do not have that anointing. So I have a mandate, and that mandate runs till 2027. So, but if somebody can stand up and say, this is what will happen in 2027, who am I to question him? But there are a few things that I know. I know that power belongs to God. And I know he gives it to who he wills. Those, I can assure you, I know. And like I told them the other day in a church service, I also know about what is written in Lamentations. We say that we should not speak when the Lord has not spoken. I'm saying this because we're all Christians. So, it would be sad if somebody comes out and says that the state government receives 38 to 40 billion. Whatever you say should be taken very, very seriously if you are number 6. Okay, so those who know better have shown that we receive just about half of that. And but it's not for me to argue when you also say that we have spent the APSEED funds, when you were the one that started to give the approval a few weeks ago. So we should know how some of these things happen. So for me, I think people should focus on the jobs that they have been given. I hear he wants to run for governorship in 2027. That's fine. It is his fundamental human right. Nobody should stop him. But again, we must respect the law. If INEC releases the timetable and says it is the time that campaigns start, if you start campaigning before then, you put yourself in harm's way. You can even be disqualified before the election. So when you gather people and you are telling them you are going to take over the state in 2027, you are campaigning. It's not right. So I will plead with him that if he wants to run election, he should hold his fire. Once INEC blows the whistle, he should go and pick up a form and begin to campaign. It's for Abia people to decide who will be their governor. Okay? So it's also important that the APC is talking about, which has leadership, should know that they are being demarketed in Abia State. But I'll call on our people to still hold their peace and be calm. We have managed in the last 2 years plus to keep this place peaceful. We should continue to maintain the peace. I've had some people around him say, oh, they must take over the state, they will write results. The only advice I have for them is that if they truly want to write results, they should write something else before that time. You know what it is? Their will. Because this is our state, nobody can intimidate us. But having said that, am I threatened? Absolutely no. Do I bother about that? Absolutely no. But I want us to maintain peace and decorum. Okay? Samson, I don't know if I've answered your question. Thank you very much.
Those were some powerful statements from both sides. Let us break this down a bit. First, we had Benjamin Kalu speaking with such conviction. He made it clear that as the Deputy Speaker, he feels it's unacceptable for his home state, Abia, to be governed by a different party than the one at the federal center, the APC. He firmly believes that by 2027, an APC governor will be in charge. He even used a strong proverb saying, monkey will not walk and baboon will chop, implying that the APC's efforts at the national level should translate to their benefit in Abia. He's confident in the work of the president and his own government, believing it will be repaid by the people of Abia. Now, let's turn to Governor Alex Otti's response. He acknowledged Kalu, even calling him his younger brother, and emphasized their good personal relationship which he said predates politics, but then things got very serious. While he dismissed feelings threatened by Kalu's prediction, he delivered a stark warning to anyone contemplating electoral malpractice in Abia State. He essentially said, if you are planning to come and write results, you should write your will first. That's a strong message, isn't it? What do you all make of this contrast? Kalu is leaning heavily on the power of the central government and the idea of reward for their efforts, while Otti is standing firm on the integrity of the electoral process and the will of the people. It seems like a clash of ideologies and strategies. What are your initial thoughts on these statements? Drop them in the comments below. Now, for my critical take on this escalating political rhetoric, the statement from both Benjamin Kalu and Governor Alex Otti highlights a deeply rooted issue in Nigerian politics, the perceived influence of federal power over state election, and the fierce determination of state leaders to protest or to protect their mandate. Benjamin Kalu's assertion that the next Abia governor must be APC because he is the deputy speaker and that his state needs to leverage the power of the center reveals a perspective where political alignment with the federal government is seen as a prerequisite for development and stability. This statement, while common in Nigerian politics, often raises concern about true federalism and the independent will of the electorate. It can also fuel fears of federal interference in state affairs. His confidence, rooted in the perceived hard work of the president and his government, suggests an expectation of political reward rather than a purely democratic process driven by local choice. On the other hand, Governor Otti's response, while seemingly calm, carries an undeniable weight and a clear message to zero tolerance for electoral fraud. His right your will statement, though provocative, underscores the very real dangers and the historical issues of election rigging in Nigeria. It is a blunt warning that suggests his administration will fiercely defend the integrity of votes cast by Abians. However, such strong language, especially from a sitting governor, could also be interpreted as potentially inciting violence, even if the intention is to deter electoral criminals. The challenge lies in ensuring that the defense of democracy does not inadvertently lead to further unrest. Ultimately, these exchanges are setting the stage for what promises to be a highly contentious 2027 election in Abia State. It's a reminder of the high stakes involved and the need for all political actors to prioritize peaceful, fair, and credible election, respecting the true voice of the people above all else. So, there you have it. The latest political showdown in Abia State. What are your thoughts on Benjamin Kalu's bold prediction and Governor Alex Otti's equally strong warning? Do you think federal alignment is crucial for state development, or should the will of the state stand independently? Let us know in the comments below. Your opinions truly matters. Before I round off, Benjamin Kalu should please quietly go sit down for somewhere. Abia State has been in a wrong hand for 20-something years. Now that God gave us this man called Alex Otti to come and sanitize that state, that is when APC, that is Ben Kalu, they still want to come back, to draw us back. It no go work. No, it no go work. Let's round up. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Obas Trending Gist for more in-depth analysis of trending topics. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next updates. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged. Ben Kalu, you know go work.